What's up, guys? This is Ty Zen. Oh my God. I'm gonna let my Indian driver say hello once, man, because this guy wants to be in the video so freaking bad. I told him to go start his own Indian driving channel. Say hello, bro.
Hello, guys. How are you? Welcome, my followers.
I want you guys to know that he is making a lot of effort to sound like an English speaker. Okay. Why don't you speak in your regular Indian language?
Hello, how are you?
Well, that's better.
Punjabi number one.
I want to have some curry.
That was awful, bro.
Okay. Anyways, guys, in this episode, guys, of life-changing finance, guys, I want to share with you guys something that that was a big game changer in my financial life, and it has nothing to do with trading. It has nothing to do with making money. It has something to do with women. Okay. It has something to do with women. I know this is gonna be, it may seem like it's kind of off topic from what I normally talk about, guys, but you guys know that this channel is about making, you know, a life-changing finance, making a life-changing amount of money through cryptocurrencies. But there's one piece of the puzzle, guys, that's going to completely derail your efforts and throw you completely off if you never get your situation with women straight. Okay. But before I get started, guys, because this is going to be a multi-video series here, you guys noticed in the past I talked about looking at flipping ICOs, and then talk about, you know, knowing yourself and using some of the art of war strategies, knowing yourself, knowing others, and then knowing the terrain and the environment in which you're operating in. And this next few videos here, guys, I'm going to talk about something that is extremely helpful in your journey to creating a life-changing amount of finances in your life, right? But before I get started, I want to share with you guys a little bit of background of how I got into this situation with women and stuff, all right? With women and dating and relationships. So when I was growing up, I had nobody teach me about how to interact with women. I remember throughout high school and throughout junior high and high school, and even in you know, starting in college and stuff, I never held any girls' hands. I never hugged any girls. I never kissed any girls. It was I never did anything with women until I got out into the real world when my academic years were over. Okay, so every time I saw a attractive girl inside, you know, I had this anxiety and these butterflies in my stomach. My palms would start sweating, my armpit, my body, and I'm not even a sweaty person. You know how like some people, they're sweaty people. You know, like my Indian driver here. Man, this guy he can be out in Alaska and be sweating.
But I don't think that's the difference, because I use right guard.
Oh, right guard.
48 hours of protection.
For 8 hours of protection. And
That's
that was
awesome.
not a sponsored ad, by the way. That was just my Indian driver trying to get some attention. Okay, go get your own channel, bro. Get your own subscribers. Anyway, so this was a huge struggle for me, guys, as I was growing up, and it was a very contentious issue because every time I went out in public and I saw an attractive girl or a girl that I wanted to get to know, or I wanted her to notice me or pay attention to me, it was very, very difficult, and it was very annoying, frustrating, and very, very painful. No matter what I did on the outside, no matter how much success and anything that I did on the outside. I used to teach art, and I thought that I was one of the best art teachers in the world. I still think I do. I haven't seen a better one yet. Not to beat my chest or nothing, but until I see it, I won't believe it. Now, the only guy I do will put that is a better art teacher is Bob Ross on TV. You know, he's the undisputed world's best art teacher. You know, has taught more artists than anybody else, so you can't dispute that. But in real life, guys, but no matter what, no matter how badass of an artist I was, it never mattered, because every time I would paint these beautiful women on canvas, but I was never ever able to actually interact or know what to do with them in real life. And when I say I did not know how to interact with them, what I mean is that I did not know how to approach an attractive woman, an attractive girl, a beautiful girl, a pretty cute girl, or a sexy girl, and know how to open up a conversation with them, know how to get them to like me, know how to get them to want to have a romantic relationship with me. Most of the time, I was always stuck in what's called the friend zone. They would notice everybody except for me. Okay, and I know it sounds very pathetic, and it was.
You were pathetic.
So, thank you. Okay, but got commentary from my Indian driver. Anyway, I feel validated now. Anyway, so this was a very frustrating part of my life, guys. It's funny I say that. I need to put an application out for a new driver, man, because I swear, we go the same route every day, every week, and my Indian driver acts like he's never been through the most dangerous intersection in Atlanta, okay? And this is at the perimeter and the intersection of 400 and the 285, right at the perimeter. But anyway, guys, so this was a very, I remember one time when I was young, I saw this one Asian girl, and I was so attracted to her, and I thought she was like the most beautiful thing ever, and it just killed me that she just looked at me as a friend and looked at all the other guys that I thought were a bunch of idiots and a bunch of knuckleheads. She liked them and never paid no attention to me. And this is not just a one-time occurrence, guys. It was just like it happened all the time. And it wasn't until around the time that my finances started to change, or at least I thought at the time it was because my finances changed, but it was actually because I had finally got my situation straight and learned the skills of how to interact with women, that it finally changed my finances, okay? And I moved to a city called Austin, Texas, and in this city, this is the capital of one of the biggest states in America called Texas, and it's in the southern part of the United States. And when I got there, you guys know my other cryptocurrency investor friend. His name is Eric, and you've seen me and him discuss cryptocurrencies on the airplane on many occasions, and the people around us are going crazy because we're sitting there talking about Bitcoins the whole flight. Anyway, many of you guys do not know this, but Eric was actually the second best club promoter in the city of Austin for like 3, maybe 4 years in a row. And his job was, he actually got paid to go out onto the streets and pick up women and bring them into the clubs. You might not know this, but he can pretty much pick up any women he wants. He can go up, start a conversation with the women, start creating attraction with them, and then they will start falling for him. And I've seen this happen over and over and over, not a few dozen times, but thousands of times. And we're not even talking about hundreds, okay? Now, the reason why I say that he was the second best club promoter, and a club promoter is nothing other than people who go out into the streets and bring in beautiful and attractive women into the clubs and fill up the clubs with hot, beautiful women, and so that the guys can go in there and buy alcohol and stuff. And that's how the clubs make money. That's how they do their advertising. They don't do it on TV or radio or anything like that. They just pay club promoters to go out into the streets and pick up women. If you guys Google and search for 6th Street, Austin, Texas, you guys will see what the streets look like over there in the club district. It is packed with millions of people, okay, of college girls and things like that. So what happened was, I grew up in a very small town. I did not see too many attractive girls. And when I moved, in the small towns I lived in east of Houston, I might have saw maybe 1 or 2 or 3 attractive girls in 1 year. Okay, so when I moved to Austin, Texas, it's one of the biggest college towns in America, and it's one of the most famous college towns. And I think it was at one time I saw, when I was living there, I saw on the internet that it was listed as the seventh best party city in America, and it was listed as the southern part of Austin, Texas, is recognized as the fastest growing city in America. So where the population is increasing, and I think they have. I mean, it's amazing. I think it's the second best city to live in America. Okay, even though it's like the second Silicon Valley. Okay, but not to get too far off track about the city of Austin, Texas. Let's get back to about the situation with women and dating. So when I came there, I did not know how to interact with women, and I was desperately seeking a job, and I ended up getting a job at the clubs as a bouncer. Okay, and then I got fired after a couple of weeks for doing what I was supposed to do, and so I left another club. What happened was I was told by the club manager not to let anybody in if they're under 18 years old, and I had to check everyone's driver's license and ID before I can let them in, make sure that they were over 21. And one of the black girls that came into the club, I did not let her in because she would not show me her ID, and she tried to force her way in, and I picked her up and put her back outside the club, and she went and reported to the manager that I manhandled her. And basically all I did was I put my arms out and held it at the door and would not let her come in. And and I did not realize it, but that was the club manager's one of the club manager's friends, and she thought she was entitled to come into the club without showing me her ID. So I did not know how old she was. I just started the job, so I did not let her in, and she got upset, and she lied and told the club manager that I mishandled her. Okay, so anyway, so I got fired from that job after about a couple weeks, and that's when I was very disappointed, frustrated, desperately needed to make some money.
Amen.
And keep in mind, guys, I was in my early 30s at this time, okay? And so that's when I ran across Eric, and he got me a job as a bouncer at the club that he was working at. And on the first day of the job, one of the club promoters for the club did not show up, and I was told by the club manager to go out and pick up girls and bring hot girls and bring them into the club. Now you guys got to keep in mind that I had no clue whatsoever how to even approach women or anything, and it just drove me nuts, okay, to be forced to go and talk to an attractive girl and even start a conversation. I had no clue how to do it, okay? And when I remember, I can throw somebody out the club and mess somebody up if I needed to. I was not scared of fighting somebody or doing anything like that, but I was scared to death to go and just walk up to a hot, attractive girl, and there was thousands of them in on the streets in Austin, Texas. So at that time, I had to learn the hard way and get rejected hundreds of times every night trying to approach the girls, and they thought that I was just creeping them out, okay? Because I mean, what are you supposed to do? Just walk up to them, But thanks to Eric, because he had been doing it for a long time, he was actually the #1 club promoter down in Austin at that time, and he started to kind of guide me along and show me the ropes of how not to be creepy, how to start a conversation with women, and before I knew it, I started to have some success with picking up women, and I never thought in my life that I would be able to pick up and meet, 9s, 8s, 9s, and 10s, and start conversations with them, get them to like me enough to listen to me and follow me and come into the clubs and party like a rock star, okay? So that I did that job for about a little bit over 3 years, and during that time, both Eric and I, we picked up thousands of women. So we picked up about, I would say, I know for a fact, I picked up like over 25,000 women during that time, during that 3-year period, because if you do the math, I was working pretty much 7 days a week at that time, because I was trying to save up money to build up my stock trading account at that time. So I wanted to just work every shift that I could get, and so I was pretty much working every day, and there was times when I would work 2 shifts. There would be times where I worked at 2 different clubs at the same time, even though the club owners did not know that I was working at 2 different clubs, okay, in different parts of the town. And then towards the end of my club years, when I was working in the clubs, I ended up working at the pretty much one of the most prestigious gentlemen's club or strip club in the city of Austin, Texas. And I worked there for over a year. And so I want you guys to picture this, that I grew up in a small town in a very ghetto environment that did not have a lot of attractive women. And then all of a sudden, I moved to a college town that had, I mean, literally thousands and thousands and just thousands of attractive college girls. Okay, we got into a car wreck here, guys. Look at that. That's why traffic is not moving. All right. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, kind of a background on what happened, and when I was put in a position to where my job was involved in picking up women as a living and to bring them into the clubs. It taught me some very, very valuable lessons, guys. And when I say that, I had brought in, picked up 25,000 women and brought them into the clubs, and then also worked at a strip club where there were, I don't know, 80, at least 70 to 80 naked girls working there every night. And imagine living in a small town where you don't see too many attractive girls, and then all of a sudden now you're working at a job where every night myself, I was the bouncer there, myself and a couple and another bouncer were the only guys, and the club managers were the only ones allowed to go into the women's dressing room. And when you go in there, there's literally like 70 naked hot bodies in there every night. Like if they had an issue in there with one of the girls getting drunk, or if one of the girls was causing a problem, myself or one of the other bouncers would have to go in there and remove the girl from the club. Now, I'm sharing this with you guys not to brag or to impress you guys about the girls or that I've brought into my life or that I've met or anything like that. That's not the purpose of this video, guys. The purpose of this video is I want to share with you guys some of the things that I discovered when I was working, interacting with these 25,000 women. And keep in mind, guys, the lessons that I learned about how to interact with women in the dating, within the women and dating game, actually did not come from the 25,000 plus girls that I had picked up in the club district. It actually came from the over 75,000 girls that I got rejected by working in the club district. The reason why the lessons I learned from them and not from the successful ones is that the lessons in life that we learn, guys, is not from when we make money, but it's when we lose money that we learn the lessons. We don't learn the social skills that we need to in life, not from the people that want to become friends with us, but usually from the people that reject us and do not want to become friends with us. And the same thing with women. Most of the lessons I learned about women did not come from the women that chose to follow me and come with me into the clubs. It came from the women that said no, fuck off, get away from me, stop being so creepy, things like that. That's where I learned the lessons from. And I just want to share those lessons with you in this next few videos on life-changing finances, because one thing that I did learn when I was working in the club districts, guys, is that no matter how successful you are financially in life, if you don't get the issue with women and dating and relationships handled, the situation with women, it will drive you nuts. You will always go throughout life feeling insecure. You will feel a lack of confidence, and you never feel like a complete man in your life as long as this issue with women, or if you are controlled by women, or you are, your life revolves around women, things like that. It just really, it's a very, very annoying, it's a very frustrating, and I was very, very grateful that I'm grateful that I was put in a situation, guys, that I got an opportunity to have lots of practice on how to meet, attract, date, and have relationships with women. And in these next few videos, guys, I want to share with you guys some of the mistakes that I made, some of the lessons I learned, right? And that way you guys can learn from it and benefit from it. All right. So I'll share with you guys some of the powerful lessons that I learned. Before I end this video, I do want to share with you guys one of the lessons, so that way you guys get something from this video and not just a history of how I learned about women and dating. Okay, so the first lesson that I want to share with you guys about women and dating is what I call to get you guys out of the friend zone, so that you guys don't get stuck in the friend zone. That's like the most dangerous thing that you can possibly do when you interact with women. Is the minute you meet them, you have to convey to them immediately that you are there for a romantic and sexual relationship. You are not there to be your friend. Okay, so I have I kind of consolidated everything that I discussed in everything that Eric and I learned from the club district, and I'll ask him to come on and make some videos about it too, so that you guys can learn from him as well. He was at one point the #1 club promoter in the city of Austin, and then after he started showing me how to do it, I just became relentless and was so happy learning what I learned down there that I became what do you call it? I became the #1 club promoter down there. Okay, now keep this in mind, guys. Whenever I was down there and I said that I picked up 25,000 women, that did not mean that I slept with 25,000 women. Okay, that means I actually met them, got their attention, got them to like me enough to where they wanted to come with me to the clubs. Okay, so, and then, you know, obviously some of those led to dates and other things. I won't get into details about that because that's personal. But I will go into the mistakes that I made and the lessons I learned from it, just like I do with the cryptocurrencies with you guys. All right. So the first one, guys, is that you have to communicate immediately. The minute that you meet a woman, or a girl that you like, immediately you have to convey through your verbal communication and your non-verbal communication that you are there to have a romantic relationship with her. You're not there to be her friend and her BFF, which means, you know, best friends for life. Okay, you're not there to be her girlfriend. And that was the mistake, one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I first met an attractive girl that I liked, was that I conveyed that I wanted to be their friend. Because when I grew up, you know, my parents, my school, my family, everybody around me would always tell me that
yeah. You have to pay.
I got distracted there because the Indian driver was ordering some chicken curry.
You're awful, dude. You cannot do accents to save your life.
Anyways, guys, right? I had to pause the video there for a minute, guys, because the Indian driver was ordering the curry chicken.
Awful.
Anyways, guys, so you always have to convey that you're open, be open about your communication, that you are not there to be their best friends, guys. So when I was growing up, all my friends, family, you know, parents, and everybody around me told me that, you know, I had to be friends with the girl first and all like that. So you always got to convey it, and don't talk to the girl as if you want to be their friends, okay? And try to be polite, tell them they're beautiful and everything like that. That is like the worst mistake you can possibly do when you meet an attractive girl for the first time, is to tell them that they're beautiful and tell them that they're pretty and that you like them and everything. You should talk to the girls as if you were talking to your own guy friends and your buddies, okay? You would not meet a guy and out of nowhere tell him that he's handsome looking or he's a stud or things like that, you know? So that would be retarded. That would be very awkward, right? Don't do that, okay, when you see an Indian girl. Okay? Okay? Yeah. All right, guys.
I don't like Indian girls, just for the record.
You don't like the Indian girls? Why?
I don't like the taste of curry.
You don't like the taste of curry. All right, guys. So always do that, guys. Do not show that you want to be their friend. Always convey them. Always, you know, push them away. Do takeaways. You know, maybe I'll explain that in different videos in the future, and convey to them that you are a hot catch and that you're not somebody that's easy, just like the hot girls are. you know, pretty much the things that you see hot girls do, you got to convey the same message verbally and non-verbally to the girl, okay? And that's like one of the biggest things that will set the tone and set the environment and set the pace of where you and that girl will go, right? So, for example, like if you were in college and a girl wanted to, to ask you to go and study with her or something, you know, the things like that, you're conveying that you just want to be their friend, okay? If the girls ask you to do something.
It's gonna be 11:06.
There you go. Thanks.
Ooh, I like your shirt.
Okay. Thank you. What about his shirt? Did you feel left out, Mr. Indian driver?
Not at all.
Okay, so if you guys heard this in the video, I got commented on this. You guys might not see it, but this shirt that I'm wearing.
I was looking for validation.
Okay, and let me explain to you guys.
Can I get ketchup, please? And can I get like 1 or 2 Chick-fil-A sauces?
Can you do-
One or two Chick-fil-A sauces?
You're trying really hard to speak without that Indian accent, huh?
Thank you, dear.
All right, thank you. You enjoy the rest of the day. All right, guys. If you guys noticed, I did not want to say it on video because then my wife see this video and she'll probably give me hell about it. Okay, but if you guys noticed, when I pulled up to the the window there, the young lady that was in the window, she said that I had a nice shirt.
She started singing, "Baby,
all right,
I like your style."
You know what? Stick to the driving, man. Let's leave the singing for the professionals, man. Let's just work on the driving, okay? Anyways, guys, normally when I was young, if a girl told me I had a nice shirt, I would show all signs of like, man, this girl noticed me. She said I had a nice shirt and complimented me on it, and I'd be so excited, right? But nowadays, if a girl would say that, if I was single, okay, don't want my wife to freak out when she sees this video, okay? Okay, but if a girl said that to me, I would tell her, that I'm not a piece of meat, okay? I do have personality too, or something that would take away the fact that she complimented on me, and I'm gonna assume that she was trying to hit on me. That's a little bit more advanced, guys, and I'll share that with you guys maybe in a separate video on just techniques alone, okay? But just the principle of being open and being authentic and not trying to hide the fact that you are trying to be with this attractive girl for romantic reasons. You should not be afraid of that, and you should not. A real man is not afraid to convey that message to the girl. Okay. So, just wanted to share this video with you guys. If you guys like these types of videos and you guys want me to do more of these, I don't know how this will turn out. If you guys will like it or not. But give me a thumbs up, leave it in the comments if you guys want to share with you more about my the experiences that I had, the screw ups and the mistakes that I made when I was young, coming up and interacting with women. If you guys want to learn more about it, let me know, and I'll make more videos about it. If you guys know a cute Indian girl or something that wants to date, an Indian driver, please let me know, guys. I'll pay you a Bitcoin, okay? If you guys can hook me up with an Indian girl,
$685,
so that I can hook up this Indian driver, okay?
Hey, can
you sound like a real Indian when you order?
Can I get a large coffee with coconut milk, please?
Hey, venti coffee with coconut milk.
Yep. That's it. You don't need to spend money. You can just make it out.
Hey, can you turn it up to like a little bit higher?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Why do Indian people speak English like that? Thank you. Anyways, guys, let me know if you guys like more of these videos, and I'll make more of them. If you guys don't, then I'll stop making them. If you guys want Eric's insights and some of the lessons that he learned and some of the mistakes that he made also and what he learned from it, let me know, and I'll let him know also, okay? Thanks for watching this video, guys. We just ordered some chicken, Chick-fil-A
Some
Right.
MSG?
with some breakfast biscuits.
You're awful.
Breakfast biscuits?
You're so awful, dude.
Okay. I'd like to sign off and be done with my start to eating my chicken curry biscuits.
If you're an Indian, please give 2 thumbs down for this horrible accent.
Oh my god, right? Don't ever get an Indian driver, guys. Okay, get anybody but Indians, boy. They just
262.
and get one that speaks English.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, thanks, guys, and I'll catch you guys in a future video.
Hey.